Okay, so is it just starting or start all over again? Okay, so I'm here live. Noelle Randu here, millionaire, explaining all of the money tips that are keeping you poor. So, like I said, Noelle Randu here, multi-millionaire, mother of five, early mom of seven, mentor, entrepreneur, speaker, author, and just so much more. And so, the great thing about this live is I get to go live stream for an entire hour. We are here. It's 11 a.m. on the East Coast. I'm here in Florida, but throughout the United States, we are there. Okay. Oops. So sorry, I have my phone going. I have my phone. All right. So, all right, we're here. Okay. Making sure everything is working. So like I said, I'm going to even do a Q&A. Okay. We're going to have some questions and answers. I see you guys. Y'all see, I have my phone here. Okay. I have my phone so I can see your comments. I'm going to be taking some comments and we're really going to be doing this. All right. I absolutely love it. Okay. So like I said, I'm in my new studio and what we're talking about is multiple streams of income. So there's so many habits that are keeping you poor. And the number one thing on why most of us is poor, most people are poor, it's really because we haven't created the right money habits. So that's what I'm going to talk about for an entire hour. You're going to be able to ask me questions about real estate. I want you to ask me questions about credit, business funds, just all of it. I have 10 principles that we're going to be going over the next hour that's really going to help you change your life. I have my people here. Actually, in fact, I have a notebook, a green notebook. Could you pass me that I had some notes on? And we're just going to get into it and we're going to take questions. And I'm here. Okay. I am here. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I see you all checking in again. Shout out to Natasha. Hey, Beverly. Hello. Good morning. I love it. Okay. So I'm getting some great compliments. You guys are loving the new studio. So exciting. Okay. So super exciting. So let's first talk about like the money habits that are keeping you poor. Okay. So if I have to be really, really honest, the habits that are kind of keeping you poor are because you don't have the habits that make money. And we're going to start with the number one habit on why most people are not rich, why most people are kept poor. And that number one habit is not creating multiple streams of income. Okay, so we're going to really get into like, okay, so I'm telling you what the big habit is, but I'm going to tell you how you fix it. We're going to talk today about how you create multiple streams of incomes, how you can, create a side business and turn that into 5 or 6 side businesses and have someone else, a bank, PayPal, all of these different entities give you money to literally, create that stream of income. Okay, so when I'm telling you about like all of these streams of income, so let me start from the beginning. Noelle started bankrupt. Okay. I was in my parents' basement. I was broke. You guys know that. You know what I mean? And I was like almost 30 years old. Okay. It was 2009 and I'm literally losing everything. When the market crashed in 2007 and 2008, I had a job. I was working full time in corporate America and I started flipping houses on the side. But then when the market crashed, I lost everything. Okay. And I literally ended up back in my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit, multiple foreclosures, just like the worst situation ever. And so from that time when I was in my parents' basement, I was sad. I was embarrassed, but I wanted to be better. I didn't want to always remain in this situation. So I started going around different people. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to really have a conversation about how you can get around different people and like have them give you new ideas and start teaching you how to make money, how to have a successful business, how to get hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars for your business. And in some cases, you don't have to repay the money, just starting to get access to people that are successful in their business and letting them teach you and let you kind of do the same things. That is what I started doing in 2009 when I ended up in my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And so when I was there, I started going to all of those different classes that they have, probably similar to what you're doing right now. Hey, I see some more people just joined. Yes, I started listening to people that were successful, a millionaire. Okay. I was not a millionaire then. Today, I'm a multi-millionaire, which is why you're listening to me. And so I started like listening to what they were saying, joining them, subscribing, going to their events, things like that, things like you're probably doing right now. And so one of the first thing that they started talking to me about was creating multiple streams of income. And that really came down to trading a small amount of money for a larger amount of money. Okay. Ashley, could you go get me? I want to get as an example inside my gym bag. There's some money. I'm gonna give you guys some examples. I'm gonna really teach. We're gonna really get in here. Like I said, we are here for an hour. This is not just a quick YouTube video. This is gonna be Q&A. We're gonna be interacting with each other. But this is really how I started to get some money. Okay. Like trading just a little bit of money for a lot more money. They were like, you have to start being able to understand that concept. Millionaires, multimillionaires, all of these successful business people. Let me put this down for a second. This is something they really, really understand. Okay. So let me be clear. All right. So we're talking money. All right. Okay. Like I said, I'm a multimillionaire. Like I don't usually just walk around with lots and lots of cash, but I got some today. So, and we're talking about like what you would do. All right. So say this was $10,000. All right. Would you let me ask you this question. Okay. You're watching this. Would you trade me this amount for this amount? Would you? Okay. Who would trade this amount, $100 for $10,000? Who would do that? Pretty much probably all of you, right? You're typing in the chat pretty much. Yeah, I would. And that is what you do. That is how you get rich. You're going to take a small amount of money and trade it into a larger amount of money. And again, I'm not talking about the lottery. Okay, because that's a habit for poor people. That's not a habit for rich people. Rich and wealthy people are not playing the lottery. They're not wasting any of their money on the lottery. Like that is just like a waste. So we're definitely not doing any of that. No lottery. Okay. The second thing is we are not gambling. Okay. So if I'm saying, would you give me this for this? I'm not talking about a gamble. All right. I'm not talking about let's bet on some horses or let's bet on a football game or let's bet on a basketball game. No gambling. That's not what we're doing. You're not going to gamble your money away. So no more lottery, no more gambling. Those are not habits of rich and wealthy people. Even if you have won with gambling or if you professionally gamble, that is something else. You can go ahead and turn this off because I am not a multimillionaire that gambles and I don't know any that do. Okay, just being 100% honest with you. I have lots of millionaire and billionaire friends, athletes, celebrities, actors, the whole nine. I don't know any of them that gamble or go to casinos and things like that. They've been to one, like I've been to a casino, but that's just not a regular habit. Okay, that is a habit that's not going to keep you rich. This gambling to get this is not going to work. But let's talk about what you would do with this. What would you do with this to create this? You would spend this on what? You would invest this, okay? Because we're not spending, all right? So let me give you another lesson, okay? Because we're getting into it. And like I said, I'm going to get comfortable because we're going to be here, for a while. So let's talk about this. We're here for an entire hour. And I have, like I said, 10 principles that I'm going to be going with. And the first one, of course, creating multiple streams of income. And now we're delving into how you're creating that, trading a small amount of money for a larger amount of money. All right. So when I'm in my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit, no money, no job, just a disaster. I'm saying I want to be a multimillionaire. I want to be a millionaire. These other people, they got money. Why Noelle don't have none? So I started listening to my coaches. And one of the things that he said is you got to start investing a small amount for a bigger amount. So when I was doing the real estate thing, he tells me, okay, Noelle, you have bad credit, you got bankruptcy, you got foreclosure, you lost your property. Do you think other people are in that same situation as you? And I said, yes, obviously. And he says, well, do you think they could use help or they would appreciate if they didn't go into foreclosure or if someone could help them fix their credit? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that. And so then he says, well, what if I told you could spend a small amount, you could send them some letters, you could put some signs out and spend $100. And as they give those deals in, right, you will make more. Okay. So for each deal that you get, spend a little bit on your marketing. For every single deal that you give me, I'll pay you $5,000. So I'm like, wait, are you telling me I can spend $100 on marketing, put some signs out, send some letters out, do some legwork, find some people that are in foreclosure. And you're telling me that if I find someone that's in foreclosure and they do a deal with you, you'll give me 5,000? He's like, absolutely. And again, this is existing all throughout the world. Okay. Noelle still does this. Okay. If you find a deal, I will still pay you 5,000. I teach you that this is an actual business. Okay. This is an actual business where you market, you create leads for business and they pay you for those leads. Okay. That's a very simple concept. And I want to get into that a little bit more. So You spend $100 on your marketing, you send out letters, you find those people, you put out signs, you're doing the legworks, you give me a deal, I give you 5 grand. So in less than 2 months, I had a deal. Okay. In less than 2 months, I had a deal and had received $5,000. All right. So think about that for a second. That's how you get rich. I traded a small amount for a bigger amount. Okay. So there's only three things that you can do with money. Let's talk about that. People think that money is like this finite thing that, oh my gosh, what am I going to, I only have this amount of money. I need to hold on to it. But the truth of the matter is money is a flow. There's only three things that you can do with money. The first thing, of course, you guys already know, you can spend money, right? You can just go buy something, you can spend it. Another thing that you can do with money is you can give it away. Okay. I can give it to you. I can donate it. I can give money away. And then the third thing is I can invest. I can literally put in something or buy something like a house, a car, stocks, bonds, something, a business. I literally can buy a business, and then each month it's giving me money. Okay. So you guys are getting that concept. Super simple, super simple, super simple, right? Super simple, easy to understand. All right. So let's keep going with this. So, okay. So somebody's asking me, okay, so I'm actually going to be teaching for an entire weekend. Okay. Let me pull that out so people know. So I'll put this here and leave it here. All right. So go to noelleschallenge.com. Okay. noelleschallenge.com. Tickets are only $47. Okay. $47. I'm teaching for an entire week, and I partner with my students. So people are asking like, how do I partner with you? Well, if you come to the event, we get you logged in with us and you can partner with me. That's how you partner with me. So I'm going to leave this right here so you can see that. And it'll be here. And again, throughout, if you want to just click off and get your tickets now before they're sold out, I strongly, highly, highly, highly recommend that you get your tickets. Like I said, they're less than $50. I'm teaching for 2 full days. And if you get your ticket today, I'll literally give you an autographed signed copy of my Real Estate Millionaire book. Okay. All right. So you buy your ticket, any level, general admission, VIP or platinum. I'm signing a bunch of these, and I'll 500 of them because we're about to be sold out, and you'll get shipped a copy of my signed book. So this is what I'm talking about. Okay. So you see what I just did there? Because I want to teach you this, and I want you to understand why I am so rich. Okay. Why is Noelle, how did she get so rich so fast? How did she get so popular so fast? Where did, some people say, you just seem like you came out of nowhere. Well, one, before I ever came to YouTube, I was already a millionaire. I was already a millionaire on paper, essentially. I hadn't earned $1 million, but I had $1 million in real estate, and I did make 6 figures because I had invested in myself. I knew how to do real estate. I knew how to do deals. It was really just when I came onto YouTube and onto social media, started teaching, that's when it went to multi-millions. And one of the things, though, and why it has made so much money is because not only am I teaching you for free, absolutely free here on YouTube and on TikTok and on Facebook, but at the same time, if you want to learn more, I have low cost ticket items like coming to my event and learning for $50, or people pay me $20,000, $30,000 for mentorship. Okay, if you want me to work with you and things like that. So actually it's $42,000 right now. So I'm not even looking for any more students. So I'm really literally just here trying to teach as many people as possible as I go to the next level, and as you guys start telling your stories, start being successful, start showing your businesses, and that really does inspire people. Okay, that's why I came onto social media, was to inspire you and show you a real person. Okay, that's really doing it. Someone that is, not the typical successful person. Like, I don't look like, a multi-millionaire. Most of us think that I would probably be a white male or something like that, and that's not true. You can be any gender, you can be any race, you can be any height, you can be any age. Okay, millionaire and having money is really about creating the mindset and the habits of creating wealth. So let's keep going with that. But what I always do in my business, to show you, I said I offered you Noelle's challenge and saying, okay, you want me to teach you, is there's offers. Okay, you have to start making offers. And again, everybody's not going to take you up on your offer, and that's not even the point. If everyone that watched my YouTube channel literally showed up for an event, it would be millions of people. That's crazy. Obviously, I'm not trying to get millions of you to come to the challenge and let me teach you. It's only going to be 100 or 200 out of the millions. Okay, it's only going to be probably 1% out of all of the people that watch. are going to come and actually do something. That's why most people are not rich. That's why most people are poor. Most people don't actually start moving towards the thing that they want. They're afraid. You know, like I said, if you come to Noelle's challenge, I'm telling you, oh, it's $50 or you have to pay $100. And some of you, not all of you, but some of you are just like, I don't want to do that. You know, I don't know if I can spend $100 on a ticket, Noelle, and come to your event and learn how to make millions. Well, if you're not willing to start trading a small amount of money for this much larger amount, then you're never going to be rich. Okay. That's the lesson. Okay. And again, you don't have to spend $100 with Noelle or, you know, to become rich. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am clearly saying is you are going to have to start trading a smaller amount for a bigger amount. And you're going to have to start being someone that does that. You know what I mean? And understanding that concept that you're not just going to save your way to rich. Okay. You can stop going to Starbucks all you want to. You can, you know, eat out of a Tupperware and bring your lunch every day to save money, or cut back on, you know, subscriptions like Netflix and things like that. Or you can do lesson number 3, which is create more income. Instead of going down with your life and shrinking your life to say where I have less bills and I have less expenses, you should be creating more income. Okay, are you getting that? So that's lesson number 3. You're going to create more income. So how do you start creating more income? It goes back to the first lesson that I said, which was creating multiple streams of income, right? So not only are you going to have, for example, maybe your job. So maybe your job gives you, you know, let's just use round numbers. Let's say you have a job, all right? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say your job pays you $500 a month, okay? We're just using round numbers here. And then you have a side hustle that gives you probably about, because a lot of the side hustles, and I'm going to get into this a little bit later, you can ask me questions about this. And again, this is a live stream. I'm literally here. This is not, you know, where I'm not, I literally can see you guys. Like I said, I have my phone and I'm able to say, like, you know, I see Robin Harbin says investments in real estate stock that pays dividends. So Robin Harmon, you know, she's commenting, she understands. Okay. So let's kind of go back to this. You have your first stream of income, which may be your job. Okay. For most of us, it's our job. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to get you out of that job, but your first stream of income is probably your job. Probably you're working for someone else, but you could easily have another side hustle. Maybe you do hair, maybe you watch kids, maybe you have a Toro business or a real estate business, some of the more lucrative side hustles that I'm going to teach you about. But maybe you just have a small side hustle where you cut grass for other people, or you work as an assistant, or you have a second job. Literally, you have 2 jobs. You work for 2 different people. That's not ideal. You really want to create a side hustle that provides you income and doesn't take a lot of your time. Okay, which is why I'll talk to you about some good side hustles that you can do that don't take a lot of your time. But even if you have 2 streams of income, that's better than 1, right? So now I have 2 streams. I got my job and then I got my side hustle. So that's amazing. Then let's keep going. You may have another side hustle, or you may have another stream of income. And this is why I really recommend real estate. You may just have 1 rental property. Okay. And it was just 1 Airbnb. All right. So I used to have rental properties. In fact, at one point I had like dozens of them, of long-term unfurnished rental properties. And I was probably making about $300 per month on each one. All right. But then I put them on Airbnb. You know, fast forward 3 years, we have Airbnb, we have vacation rental by owner, which is Verbo. We have HomeAway, we have Expedia. You know, I have all of these different websites that I can put my properties on. So now instead of $300 per month, I make about $1,000 to $1,500 per month on those same properties. You know, my bigger properties, I make, you know, tens of thousands a month. You know, if I have a 9-bedroom house that we put on Airbnb, for example, I probably make $10,000 a month easily off that property. But let's just go small, because I don't want to give you guys false things like you're just going to come out the gate and you get 1 property and you're just making $10,000 off 1 house. I do that. But at the same time, when you first start, you probably might not. So you'll probably just make, you know, what I made when I first started. So maybe you're just making $1,000 off your Airbnb property. Okay. And there's not much that you do, because again, you have a property manager and you're still going to your job or whatever. Then you have this other stream of income from your side hustle. Then you got your Airbnb property. So just think about that. You've now tripled your income, okay? Actually quadruple, because you actually are making more on this scenario that I'm giving you with your Airbnb property than you are at your job, okay? And so let's talk about that. The key to this, like the cycle, people are asking, okay, so how do you do this? You're going to start obviously with one stream of income. Obviously, it's your job. And then you're going to create that second one. And then you create complementary businesses and you just keep going. And you really want to create at least 7 streams of income. That's really an easy thing to do. I'll get to that and I'll give you some more ideas on how to do that, because most of us, it's really just mental. We just like, I can't think of 7 different ways that I can get paid, but I can easily tell you 7 different ways to get paid from doing that one thing. So now you're not dependent on that job. You're not stressed out. You're not feeling that sadness. You know what I mean? So many people are asking like, Noelle, well, how are you always so happy and bubbly and high energy? Well, I have lots of streams of income and I was able to create a life that I wanted. I was not always this person that you're seeing here today, with all of this stuff. I started sad. I started broke. You get what I'm saying? I started with a bad mindset. I started very negative. And then I learned how to start changing my mindset and creating these multiple streams of income. And then I started teaching it. You get what I'm saying? So it's a process. You have to learn it, you have to do it, and then you teach it. And that's what I'm gonna tell you to do. And you can create different streams of income doing that. So let's get back to this. So once you have these 7 streams, but even in this case that I gave you, where it was just 3 streams of income, as soon as your side hustles start to kind of match what we call replace your income from your job, you got to quit the job. Yeah, you got to quit the job. So rich people, really truly rich. When I'm saying, and I don't mean I got a little bit of money. I mean, I don't have to work. Okay, you do not have to work. I got FU money, as they say. You know what I mean? That is created through multiple streams of income. Someone will pay you 6 figures to do a job. You easily can find, work your way up, get a college degree, get some certifications, things like that, and earn $10,000 working for someone else. But if you want to make millions, and even if you want to make $1 million a year, okay, $83,000 per month, $83,333.33. If you want to make that per month, you earn that. That's earned. That's not something people pay you. You know what I mean? Unless you're like an NBA player and things like that. Obviously they make millions. But for the general public, it's way easier to earn $1 million than to try to get some job to pay you that and try to climb the corporate ladder and get raises and promotions to these high levels. Like, that is not the way to go. You can easily create one stream of income that's paying you $5,000, then another stream of income that's paying you $10,000 a month, then another stream of income that's 10 and 20,000, and easily create these streams of income so that you don't have to work, so that you have your time, right? So that you own your time. And that's truly rich. That's truly wealthy, when you're not required to do something. You don't have to do it in order to make money. You don't have to answer to anyone. When you're an entrepreneur, when you have your own businesses and you created these multiple streams of income, think about that. Here's how, because I'm saying this because this is my life. If one stream of income goes down a little bit, you know what I mean? Think about it. If you have a stream of income and it's usually $10,000 per month, and then one month is 5, that's okay, because you have these other streams of income, and they will fluctuate. Sometimes it'll average. Of course, you'll have an average of, $10,000, but some months maybe it's 5, another month is 12, then one month is 4, then another month is 15. But if it's after a while, it will start to be about the same, okay? Because you're going to perfect that, and then you're going to add another stream of income. Then you're going to add another stream. But the first and foremost habit that most of us have, and I'm telling you this hand to the sky, was my biggest issue and why it took me, I could have been I became a millionaire when I was about 36 years old. Okay. And I'm 42 now. So let's think about that for a second though. I could have been a millionaire easily, if I had to be honest, 3 years earlier, at least, easily, if I would have quit my job. But I was so indoctrinated. I hear y'all. Some of y'all are in the message right now. I just saw somebody gave me a super thanks. I appreciate that. I was so just indoctrinated and brainwashed to what we have now, our system. Like, you have to have a job. You know what I mean? And I have kids and a husband and a house and bills. And so we get into this habit where we think that we have to have a job. And the truth of the matter is that is a habit of poor people. You know what I mean? Rich people, wealthy people, even CEOs, even like the CEO of Disney, you know what I mean? He's like the highest paid person in the world. You know what I mean? Like paid, he's not really, he doesn't own the company, but he receives a salary. He has like the highest or biggest salary in the whole, like United States. And it's probably like $50 million or something crazy like that. Disney World pays him that. But most companies, even Chase Bank and Wells Fargo and all these big, their CEOs and their employees don't even make that type of money. But at the same time, you could make even less money. You make $20,000-$30,000 per month. You're good. You get what I'm saying? You have a freedom. You have a free life. You're not answering to other people. You're not required to be somewhere at a specific time, and I can't leave and I can't do my own thing. So it has to be your goal. Freedom. You have to start thinking, I need to start making more money and creating these streams of income so that I can be free. That's really what we all want. And that really is where the happiness comes in. Okay. That's where it comes in. All right. So I'm going to stop for right here and I'm going to take some questions. All right. Cause I see so many people, just in here and I'm like, oh my, this is really good. Okay. Don't work for the money. Al X says, don't work for the money. Let the money work for you. Exactly. Looking good. Thank you, Nancy. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Good morning, Miss Noelle. So glad to meet you. That was the best day ever. Okay. I love that. So that's what I'm saying. Okay. So people have met me in person. I absolutely love that. And again, when I do the Noelle's challenge, okay, again, if you want to come to Noelle's challenge, tickets are only $47. If you upgrade to VIP or platinum, we get to do a Zoom call. Okay. So in many cases, people are like, oh, I was on a Zoom with you. And it's a little bit different than here on the live stream because I can't really talk back with you. But all right. So somebody wants me to teach subject 2. I am going to. Okay. That's going to come a little bit in a second. I'm going to get to the subject 2 and really talking about that subject 2 in a second. Okay. So it says your name is in the way. I can't see it. Oh my gosh. It is. All right, you're right. Okay, so we have like a stream on here, a setting on here that has my name. So there you go. There you go. Okay, and my team will help move that setting or whatever it's saying. You're right. It is covered by my name. You're right, because I literally can see it here. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so that's where I'm saying Noelle's challenge. So one of the questions, let's talk about that, is the next lesson, number 4, is that the habit that you have is thinking that people think about money wrong. Okay. So many of us, and I'm including my old self when I say a lot of this. I'm never like putting anybody down or dissing you in any way, shape, or form. I'm saying like the old version of me, and probably many of you that are not multimillionaires, we're thinking about money wrong. Okay. So when I'm talking about trading a smaller amount for a bigger amount, the key to this, the key to really making millions and creating this life that you want where you don't have to work a job, is making this amount of money bring you in income. Okay. So it's not money that you want, it's income. Are you getting that? Are you kind of understanding that? Hold on. Let me take a poll right here. Like seriously, I need you to type in the comment section. Do you understand that it's money? It's not money that you want. You don't want somebody to just hand you a bunch of money. I know that's what we think. I know people are like, what? No, I know that's what you think, that you would love for someone to hand you $1 million. But that's not true. You would not. That would actually be the worst thing, because then you would just be living off that money. So it's like a lottery winner. And that's why most lottery winners go broke, because they're not earning any money and they've never learned how to earn that level of money. And the true way to get wealthy and to get rich, and the true lessons of what I learned, were how to take money and turn it into income. Okay. And that's what rich people do. They trade money for income. Okay. Let me explain that. When I'm taking money, if I say I'm going to buy a property, all right, the reason why I buy that property is because it's going to bring me income. I don't really just want to hold the property. So even if we say I'm going to do real estate and I'm going to do a buy and hold, that's not really the thing. Y'all like, yeah, you're going to buy and hold it because you're holding it for it to go up in value because of appreciation. But there's 3 things with real estate that you're going for. It's what I call the golden trinity of real estate. And in fact, I even have, if you come to the challenge, I give you kind of a full breakdown of this. Okay. But it's the golden trinity of real estate. I'm going to tell it to you right here. It's 3 things that you're going for when you buy real estate. It's cash flow, it's the equity, and appreciation. Okay, it's those three things that create wealth. Those that triangle, those three things, cash flow. So if I have a property and I take $100 and I put it as a down payment, all right, and then I have a mortgage payment each month of $1,000. And I'm just using round numbers, okay. I then am going to find someone to rent that property if it's vacant and unfurnished. I used to find someone to rent it for say $1,300 or $1,500, and then I'm making a small profit of about $500 per month. That's what you're going for. Meanwhile, you're paying down that mortgage, right? I'm paying down that $1,000 every single month. So every time my tenant gives me $1,500, I take $1,000, I pay that mortgage down. So the mortgage is going lower and lower and lower, creating equity. Okay, creating equity. And equity is really what you want. You want to have a difference between what you owe on the property and what the property is worth. That's your equity. So if I buy a property for 200,000 and it's worth 300,000, I have $100,000 worth of equity. And so guess what? I have $100,000 worth of personal wealth. Okay, that's my net worth. So when I'm showing people what I owe, showing people what I'm worth, if people are wanting to see, what we call our personal financial statement, I now can show that I have equity in all of these properties, and that's my net worth. Okay, so if you have 5 properties and each of them have $100,000 worth of equity, you have $500,000 worth of equity in those properties, and that's part of your net worth. Okay, you're getting that. So that's how you can easily become a millionaire on paper before you're a millionaire income wise. But let me go back to my original point with rich, when we're talking about like I said, I titled this "A Millionaire Explains" because I'm explaining to you these money habits that are keeping you poor. So if I'm saying I put down $100 as the down payment and now I'm making $500 profit each month, that's what I would want. I traded $100 as a down payment, and now each month I'm getting $500 back, okay, in this example that I gave you. So I've created cash flow for myself. That's just income. So I don't want money, I want income. You get that? You get that? And so when you work in a job, you're just trading your time for labor. You're creating an income, but it's so much easier to buy an asset, okay? Buy a piece of real estate, buy a car that you use as a rental car, have a business that you don't have to work in every single day that's generating income, and you can hire employees and they're working for you, which is why it's not people that work for someone else that are rich. It is an entrepreneur, because as an entrepreneur, I own the business and I can have other people working in the business generating income all the time for me. I don't have to do everything. If I'm a doctor and I own my entire practice, that's different. I'm an entrepreneur, right? And so as other doctors come in, they're working, the money's all coming to me. I don't have to be a doctor in order to get the money. You guys get that? So the big lesson, number 4, is it's not money that you want. You're not trying to get $1 million cash or $2 million cash or $50 million or whatever the number that you have in your mind. That's not really the habit that you're trying to create. The habit that you need to create is turning your money into income. You get that? Okay? Turning your money into income, investing your money so that it creates income coming back to you every single month, every single month, every single month, every month. I have money coming in, whether I do anything or not, because I have rental properties. I have money coming in every day because I have a YouTube channel. Okay. I have money coming in every day because I sell my book. Okay, so every day someone's buying the book and I'm getting royalties and things like that. Okay, if you do music, okay, and again, this is what I'm saying. This is not just for real estate. I want y'all to really understand that this is just how money works. Okay, so this is not specific to real estate. If you write songs, if you're a musician, you get royalties, and that money, you created something, and then each month it's paying you. It's paying you. It's paying you. And the more that you create, the more the wealth builds. Okay, so who's here? I'm live. And all right, I'm gonna take some more comments. Make sure there's no one that has wrote anything that I need to see. Okay, income. Yes. All right, that makes sense. Yes. Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay, so the Austin says, how should I invest and gain funds to get my hair business off the ground? Ah, and how do I make multiple streams of income surrounding that? Ah, I love this question. So first of all, high five, shout out to the Austins. That is an amazing question, and that's what I love it because she gave me an example like hair business because I'm saying these things, and then the question I feel like I feel like I just answered it, but no, I didn't because you guys are still like I'm not getting any ideas. Let me give you because I usually like I said as I've gotten wealthy I've invested in other business. At one point I owned a part of a salon. I owned part of a landscaping company. I owned part of a contractor, a contractor. I owned a piece of his business. So I've owned different businesses. So for hair, that is super easy. Okay. There's several ways that you're going to make more money with your hair business. All right. So number one, if you do hair, all right. So say you do hair. First thing, you're going to raise your prices. That's first and foremost. Most people that do hair on the side, I can tell you unequivocally, you don't charge enough. All right. Or you think that you have to, and the reason why you don't charge enough is because maybe you don't have the nice salon that you want, or you think you need to do hire people that have more money's hair. And maybe that is the case. Maybe your clientele is too cheap and you need to start going after a higher end clientele that can pay you more. But you can easily today give yourself a raise. If you are a hairstylist, a barber, a makeup artist, I'm going to tell you right now, step one, raise your price. Raise your price. If you charge $30, charge 40. If you charge 40, charge 50. You can give yourself a raise. Okay. So that's number one. You're going to raise your prices because I know for a fact without even meeting you, because you asked me that, I know you don't charge enough. What do you think that Noelle, I'm a multimillionaire. What do you think that I pay to get my hair done? You think I pay $30? You think, no, no. The person that does my hair, she's super successful. She was doing other celebrities, people hair. And you probably could even see old videos of mine and see how I have transitioned as I have made more money. I have up leveled myself. So guess what? I then wanted a hairstylist that was on my level. So it's so funny. The lady that was doing my hair when I first got started, maybe she did only charge me $50. But as soon as I started making money, I felt like she was below, and I know we think that, oh, they take people with me and get rid of those ideas. Get rid of those ideas. Charge more money for your services. That's one. Okay. Number two, you're going to need more clients. Okay. So that's one thing. That's the second thing that you're going to do to increase your income. You're going to charge more first because that's going to raise your price. And then two, you could probably do more people's hair. Either you could do more people's hair and take more appointments, or you can hire someone and they give you a piece because you're going to bring them clients. So let's talk about how every business, okay, not just the hair business, how every business makes more money. And what most people don't do to make more money in their business, they don't market, right? You're probably not doing all of the amazing and free, not even talking about spending even just $100 on Facebook or Instagram ads. I'm almost certain most people don't do that. I know that I've looked at the numbers and most people that own a business don't do any ads, which is crazy. They're super cheap. You can find people for a penny and 2 pennies. And if you charge $100 to get your hair done, wouldn't you spend 2 cents to have them come click on your website? Of course. Wouldn't you spend 3 cents to have them come to you? Of course, right? So you need to start marketing. So the easy ways to start marketing, and I have a ton of videos where one of the videos I just came out with was how to market your business without social media. Because many of you tell me you're afraid to come on camera. You're afraid to start taking pictures of yourself, taking pictures of your clients, taking pictures of what you're doing. Well, that's a mistake. First of all, you have to start putting yourself out there and saying, I do hair, walking around with your logo on, your hat on, telling people what you do. It should be all over your social media. Everyone that talks to you should know that this is your business and that you are looking for clients. Okay. And tell them what you do specifically that's better than other people. Do you braid hair better than them? Do you straighten hair better than them? Do you color hair better? What is it that makes you better than other people? Everyone should know that. Okay. Everyone should know that. What makes me better than everybody on YouTube is I was broke in my parents' basement. Okay. I was nothing. I was uneducated and dumb and poor. And now I'm rich. Okay. And I did it myself. I went to school. I educated myself. I invested in coaches. I invested in myself. And now I am here. I have lots of real estate and I teach it on YouTube. That's what makes me different. Okay. So what is it, Miss, Austin's, what makes your business different? What is it that you do that's different? Are you, a specialist that can take people's hair from damaged all the way to healthy? Do you specialize in natural hair? Do you specialize in, short hair? What is it that you specialize and you do other than better than other people? And that's your tagline. Do you walk around with your logo on your hats, on your shirts, on your car? Okay. And are you handing out business cards to everyone? Are you on social media every single day, 2, 3 times a day, telling people about your hair business and that you're looking for clients? Do you run sales? Okay, let's talk about marketing. So advertising, I can go. We can be here all day. Like I said, I have so many successful businesses, and I consult. So many people. There's people that you don't even know that are multimillionaires that come to Noelle and ask me for coaching and consulting. Okay, so I'm giving it to you absolutely free because I want you to be successful, and I know that you can be. The fact that you're here watching, listening to me lets me know that you're already thinking right. You're already moving in the right direction. You just got to keep going with that. You got to keep being bold. You got to not care what people think. Okay. And so let me give you like seriously, you have to invest in learning how to do marketing. Like, what should your ad say? What should the pictures look like? Come to a class. Come to a class, okay? So Miss Austin, I should see you at Noelle's Challenge. It's $47, okay? And if you want to upgrade and come on to the VIP or the Platinum, we'll be on a Zoom call. Think about that. We'll be on a Zoom call and you can ask your questions to me directly and we can literally have a conversation. We do that. And I answer everyone that's Platinum, no matter what. Even if we run out of time, I answer your questions. So don't even worry about that, okay? If you pay and for me to answer your question, I answer your question. So that's an easy way, but you got to start going out there, putting yourself out there, telling people what you do, not being afraid of social media because it's free. And it is easy to get a lot of subscribers and followers if you, oh, sorry, my earbuds fell out. It is easy to get a lot of followers and subscribers if you put out content all the time. But if you post about your business once a month or when you think about it, or, I said I was going to make a video of me doing this person's hair and I forgot, and I said I was going to, you're not going to get there. So it's really you and you being consistent with it. And then you getting some tips and coaches from someone that's successful, because unfortunately why I'm here doing this. And I said, and I called this live a Millionaire Explains, because only someone that is a millionaire can tell you what to do. So let's go to the next lesson. Lesson number 5. It's your mindset that's holding you back. Okay. So for most of us, and I love you so much, it's our mindset. Okay. It's what we think. And you can literally, why, and I'll get into something a little bit later, but why this is because, and it's not your fault. And I know you've heard this before, but seriously, all of my mentors, like I said, I even have billionaire with a B, billionaire friends now, okay, that I'm just like, wow, how did you create that? And when I tell you how strong their mind is, like how they could just stop in the middle of anything and meditate if they wanted to, how they can just spend a day doing nothing on the beach, you know what I mean? And everything is crumbling around them and they are settled in themselves. They are well, you know what I mean? They're not like schizophrenic or have mental issues, in many cases, they've just worked on their mind and made their mind so strong that they're able to endure. Because to become a millionaire, you're going to have to become stronger. You're going to have to stop caring what people think about you. Okay. So let me give you a Noelle-ism. I'm going to have this put on a shirt, and I'm probably going to I'm going to have these shirts made. I had these shirts last year made that I am worthy, and I gave them out to a bunch of people because you got to know that you're worthy, and no one is going to crown you or tell you that you're worthy. No one is going to, give you permission to be you. You crown yourself. You say that you're worthy. Okay. And you have to tell yourself each morning. But let's go back. How do you start doing that? Because for so many of us, people, our parents, our grandparents, our teachers have said negative things to us about what's realistic. Okay. If you can realistically be like Noelle and have multi-millions of dollars. Do you know how many people though told me that it was not realistic, that for me to have what I have, it's not realistic for me to get my own shows. Literally, I have people that pay me $8,000 for one video and stuff like that. So that's not realistic. But there's people that get paid $100,000. I'm saying 8,000. There's people that get $800,000 to make one video. Okay, so don't tell me what's realistic, and don't let people tell you what's realistic or what's possible for you. That's for you to do. And that's why I'm always here. Yes, I talk about money and subject to, and we're going to get into that stuff and side hustles like Turo and mobile food carts and, mobile hair care businesses and mobile grooming businesses and all of these different things that are available now for you to make even more money. It's still going to be your mindset. Do you think you're worthy of it? Do you think you're capable of that? All right. Or are you going to listen to what some teacher told you in third grade, or, somebody told you in high school, or what your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend said about you? I have an ex-boyfriend. It's so funny. Let me quick sidebar. Cause like I said, I'm live. I'm going to have my own show. So I got to get a lot of this out now because there's just stuff I won't be able to share. And you on my YouTube, y'all are my people. I'm going to tell you the truth. Noelle has bad exes. So I was on a radio show in Dallas recently, and it was like one of the bigger radio stations. And and of course, it was about real estate. So I'm talking about real estate and how more people of color need to be doing real estate, and it is the number one way to wealth. And I'm not sure why more people of color, more women, more of us that were excluded. We were excluded from making all this money, and now we can very easily. And not only can we make money, they're giving us grants to buy properties. They are giving us money. They are giving us programs. Like, there's more ways now, right now, today, February 24th, 2023, there are more ways now than ever before to get a piece of real estate, okay, with no money down, all right, legally, ethically, all right. And for us to not be doing it is crazy. But a lot of it is psychological old stuff. We have grandparents and parents and stuff just telling us how risky it is, and how we should go get a job working for the government. My mother was notorious for telling me I should go work for the state and get a government job because I needed a pension. And it's like, my mother's pension, she has a great pension. Don't get me wrong. My mother has a great pension. I think she gets like $9,000 per month or something like that in her pension. If I made $9,000 in a month, I would freaking die. Like, I would just probably, I'm just kidding. I would like jump off the roof. You know what I mean? Like, that's nothing. I make $9,000. I've already made $9,000 today. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about perspective. And so if someone that had a job and working in the government is teaching you and feeding your mind about money, then that's what you have. And my mom worked for the state, and she had these great things, and so she's teaching me these things. I can only imagine. I've talked to so many people, some of the foolishness that has been taught to us about money, about working a job, about not taking risk, about not quitting a job that is going nowhere, about not quitting a job to go be an entrepreneur, about not taking that risk. Ridiculous stuff, okay, that you're only gonna die. So let me go back, because like I said, I started with telling you, I'm gonna tell you about what I said on the radio. Okay, so I was on the radio station in Dallas, and the MC or whatever, I forget what they call the radio guy that asked you the question. So we veered off of real estate because we were talking about real estate. And then he says, Noelle, he's a guy, they're funny. And so, not that he's coming on to me, I'm married, he don't care, but he was just like, I know your ex is mad. He's like, I'm talking to you, sis. I love your energy. You pretty, you nice. You got all them kids, so I know you got some good stuff. He was saying some funny stuff. Again, he's could be a comedian on the radio. He's like, I know you got some good stuff. You got all them kids. I know you have an ex that is so mad at you right now, and that you are just laughing at. Tell me how that feels. Okay, that was the question that he asked me. Tell me how that feels. And to me, this was like the best question, because everybody asked me about real estate and how to do subject to, and how do you get this, how do you get that? But nobody's ever asked me about an ex-boyfriend, okay? And the truth of the matter, of course, I got a few exes. I'm not going to pretend like before I was with my husband, I got a kid before I was married and stuff like that. I got some exes that I know regret saying stuff that they said to me. I have an ex that told me I wasn't nothing but a baby mama. Me. A baby. I ain't nothing but that. That ain't nothing but what I is. No, ma'am. No, sir. No. I reject that. I refute that. I asked, and again, I didn't get mad. I didn't argue and pop off. Everybody think black women, we love arguing and fussing and fighting. That is, I shouldn't say. That did used to be inside of me. I was somebody that would cuss you out and this, that, and the other. But I've been long past a lot of that, because let me give you the lesson. When you are a multimillionaire, we are a millionaire, and as you start to work towards what you want, you don't care what anyone thinks about you. And anything that they say really just does not get in, because you're talking to yourself so much. Like I said, the journey to go from broke, bankrupt, basement to millionaire in like 3, 4 years. That's not a fast journey, but it's a journey of my mind. It's a journey of my mind. You get that? I have to then change what I think of myself. So it doesn't matter what other people think about you. And in fact, if someone is telling you negative things about you can't do this or you can't do that or you ain't gonna make it or that's a bit, stop talking to them. Stop talking to them. Delete their number out your phone. Don't call them. If they call, if it's your mama, tell her you call her back and then don't. Things like that. Okay. So yeah, I have an ex that told me some crazy stuff and tried to put me down. I've had exes that have been, no trigger. I don't want to trigger anybody. I've had domestic violence and things like that. But I'm not going to waste my time talking about somebody from my past because again, I'm not even that same person. I'm not. So, and quite frankly, it's almost like it didn't happen to me. Like, let me give you a real lesson. Like, once you become who you think you are, it's almost like you're a different person. Like, I don't even feel like the same person. It's almost like that happened to someone else. Like, that did not happen to me. That happened to someone else. And so, as you're going towards what you want, know that the reason why I am here on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, is not for money. It is to inspire you. And if there is nobody else in the whole world telling you that you can do it, let me be clear. Noelle Randall is telling you you can do anything. I have a student that is richer than me, basically, in real estate right now. My student. Okay, so it's your mind. I'm richer than my mentor. Okay, I had a mentor that I paid in 2017. My mentor, somebody asked me this before, like, what's her name? Her name is Lisa Sasevich. That was one of my first mentors. She wasn't the first. The first one, when I said I was in Connecticut, that was an older guy. I don't say his name. He's elder. He might be passing away. But anyway, long story short, I don't really say his name. He doesn't do it. And he was amazing, but he really just kind of taught me wholesaling and things like that. And he had rental properties. But in 2017, I got another coach. Her name was Lisa Sasevich. She's an author now. She doesn't do mentorship. At the time, she was making about $2 million per year. I was making about $200,000 per year. And she was just always on me about my mindset, about doing my inner work, that you're working so much to get money, but if you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to keep it. Okay. Even if I could teach you everything on how to get money, I can go up here, up and down, and tell you 15 different ways to get a property. But if you have the wrong mindset, you're not going to make the call. You're not going to say the script. You're not going to do the work because you don't think that it's going to work. You have to change your mindset and know that you are worthy of having what you want to have and that it's going to work out for you. Okay. And many of us have a negative outlook on life. We are negative about other people. Okay, so let me get to number 6. All right, like I said, it's your mindset that's holding you back. But number 6, we live in an abundant world. Okay, so this is lesson number 6, and this is a millionaire explaining money, explaining economics. So let me go back. Many of you guys know that Noelle is educated, like I said, but I told you the reason why I was not a millionaire faster was because I did not have the right mindset. I always thought that you needed to work a job, you know what I mean? And that if you wanted to make a lot of money, then you worked in corporate America or you worked as a doctor or a lawyer, something like that. And they would pay you a lot of money. Now that's, first of all, that's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. I'm not saying that doctors and lawyers don't earn a lot of money. But at the same time, if they're not truly entrepreneurs where they own their own practice or they own their own law firm or you get what I'm saying? Or they're like a surgeon those aren't like the super rich people. If you're talking about super rich, you're an entrepreneur. You have multiple businesses, multiple streams. Okay. You're not a doer in your business. You don't have to, like if I own an electric company, I don't have to be an electrician to own a whole company of electricians. You get what I'm saying? So there is an abundant world. So many of us think that money is finite. All right. I got $5,000 saved. You know what I mean? Oh, I got $5,000 saved. I don't want to spend any of it. I should just keep this money that I've saved and just try to grow that money that I have saved. And you heard me say earlier, again, if some of you are going to have to watch this whole thing again, it's going to be out here. Some of you, I said earlier that there's only 3 things to do with money. You realize I did not say save it. I said spend it, give it away, or invest it. Those are the 3 things that you can do with money. Saving money is only going to do one of those 3 things later. You get that? So if I just save my money and I don't do anything with it, that's just holding it to do one of those 3 things later. Y'all getting that? You're getting that lesson? So you have to start thinking abundance, that there are so much money out here that the world is like the ocean. Okay. And you can go up and you can take just a cup if you want to. You can take a pail, a bucket pail. You can take a garbage bag, you know what I mean? And fill it up with water. It's up to you though. And that's how money is. There is so much money. They're producing money every single day, producing new ideas, ways for people to get paid. But do you believe that? Or do you believe that you're only entitled to a small cup of the ocean? Or do you believe, well, maybe I'm entitled to this much of it? Or are you like Noelle and you think I am entitled to all of it? I can get as much as I want to. I can be a billionaire. I could be a trillionaire. What do you think? Do you think that there is only a limited amount, or do you know that it is unlimited? That's what abundance means. That is how a millionaire and a billionaire thinks, that there are abundance here. If I am doing real estate, I can teach all of you, millions of people, how to do real estate, and it does not affect me. It is not going to lower how many deals I have. And in fact, I literally had a guy that I was working for. Now, and this is again when I started to wake up and realize my potential. I had quit my job, and like a chicken, I ran back and took another job because I was scared. And I'm not saying you won't do that, but because we all have our own journey. But I'm telling you, I was a chicken and I was stupid and I needed to do more inner work. So I run back to go work for this guy, and I only ended up working for him like 2 months before I slapped my own self and was like, what are you doing? But I needed that because he owned a mortgage company. So I took a position as a vice president in his mortgage company to build his mortgage company, and it was backed by a bank. And I'm watching this man, he got Teslas and Range Rovers, and and he's bragging to me about how many properties he had. At the time, he had 52 properties. At the time, I had like 38. So I'm like working for him, and all of a sudden I started to be like, sis, what's wrong with you? Psh, psh, psh. You can be just like him. Stop thinking that he is above you. Okay, this light went out, guys. This light right here. I'm not sure if it died, if it needs to be plugged up. Uh-oh. Hold on, because I just went a little bit dark. I mean, lighting is still okay. I can see it on my phone, but I think you might need to plug that lighting in to get it to come back on, but it's okay. So you guys will see a little bit more shadows in the background. All right, so I'm taking some more comments, but let me make sure y'all understand that this is an abundant world. There are deals for everyone. Noelle cannot buy all of the real estate. Okay. That's why I share and teach you guys. If I thought that I was creating competitors, which is what this guy that I was working for, he told me, he said, oh, I would not teach people real estate and what we do in real estate because you're just creating your competition. No such thing. And in fact, that is stupid. Do you think that the people are in college at the college dorm, you know what I mean? When they teach you at college, are they creating a bunch of competitors? That is not abundance thinking. If you think that people are going to compete against you, if you think that, oh, I can't make a YouTube channel because other people will make one, you're silly. Okay. If I thought, oh, I can't teach this, you know how many people copy my exact videos? Okay, my exact videos, people on YouTube copy. And I don't care. People that's bigger than me, people that have more subscribers than I do. I'm doing the Noelle's challenge right here, and it's $47. And one of my competitors copied the same thing. It was like Grant Cardone's like Grant Cardone challenge. I was like, he stole my thing. I don't care. It's okay. It's abundance. He has his own audience and I have mine. And if you want to come to my challenge, I teach something different in a different way than he does because he's not me. So you get that? You guys get that? All right, let me take some questions. All right, let me take a stop for a second. All right, and this is the perfect time to go to noelleschallenge.com and get your ticket. Let me teach you this for 2 full days. There'll be scholarships. There'll be grand prizes that we're giving away. There's tons of giveaways. Like, it is a fun weekend where you leave after those 2 days knowing exactly what you're going to do in your business. That is the point of the challenge. It is the Grow Your Wealth Challenge. It's the last one, the absolute last one that I am doing this year. I did one in January. I did like a quick encore in February. People begged and wrote and emailed and all these messages and DMs. So we said we do it one more time. Okay. So one last time, noelleschallenge.com. Get your tickets right now before the tickets sell out. Like I said, they're super cheap. All right. So let's take some questions. All right. All right, so Lisa says, I must see me different on the inside. Exactly, all right? Mimi Green says, you have to remove those that hinder your growth. Exactly. You cannot be afraid. Let's talk about that for a second. How many of us are afraid of cutting people off? Be honest, be honest. I swear, hand to the sky. That was one of the things that held me back. I was afraid that, well, I might need them. What if I need them again? You know what I mean? Oh no. What if they say something bad about me? What if they tell other people about me? Okay. What if they say that they don't call me? What if they, I had one friend was calling my mom to get in touch with me. I've people that, who cares? You cannot be afraid to put yourself first. Okay, you cannot. And you cannot put people, especially if they are someone that you feel. And again, this is only your feeling, and your truth is your truth. If they say, no, I'm not bad for you, it don't matter what they say. It's matter what you say. It's matter what you think about you. If you think they're bad for you, then they are, and you should stop, you should cut that off. And I'm not saying you have to stop talking to them forever. Maybe you talk to them next year. Maybe you don't talk to them for an entire year and see how that works out. That worked out really well for me. I said it because it was hard for me. And let me be honest with you. Like I said, I didn't just wake up one day and go from crawling around on the floor to the millionaire that you see today. There was an evolution, there was growth. And one of the things that was hard for me to let go and holding on to was people that I went to high school with, people that I grew up with, and talking to them and wanting to talk to them on a regular basis. I didn't want them to think that I had changed. Shauna, she going by Noelle now. She don't want to be called Shauna. She don't call by her nickname. Or, she done changed up. I didn't want that, but I don't care now. Once I really said I don't care, I can care about people, but not care what they think. That's when it changed for me. Okay. You can care about people and not care what they think. Okay. Let me keep going. Let me go back to this. All right. I love it. I love it. Okay, I love this energy. I needed this reality slap. Yes, Eunice, it's a reality slap because I needed one. So that's why I'm being the reality slap for you. Like, you have to start believing in yourself. You have to stop listening to negative people. You have to stop listening to gossip and being negative about everything. Okay, you have your own intuition. You know if someone's bad for you. You do. You don't need someone to tell you, oh, that person's bad. You know if they're bad or not. So if you think they're good, that's another thing. It works both ways. People have told me, oh, you don't want to talk with that man. You don't want to be with that man. You don't want to be with that. But that's not how I felt. Okay. I knew that was a good person for me. So somebody else says somebody is bad, but I say they're good. They're good. It's what I say. If I say you're bad, you're bad. If I say you're good, you're good. I'm God. You get that. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. All right. So I was learning this stuff before I went to Grant Code. Both of y'all are dope. Yes. Okay. And like I said, I'm not dissing Grant Cardone. So Emily, please never think in a million years that I'm dissing Grant Cardone. I think why that name came to my head. Let me again, I'm talking for a second. People often compare me to him, and again, I hear negative things too, even about myself, and I know most of them are not true, but someone was comparing me to him, like, you shouldn't listen to Noelle. He's more richer than she is. He's way richer than me. Okay, that was what the person was saying. Like, Noelle Randall, I looked her up. Her net worth is only like 10 or 20 million. His net worth is like 500 million. And of course, I'm happy. I know Grant's wife. I don't know him as well, but I know his wife, Elena. Long story. So long story, that is okay. It is abundance. That goes back to what I just said. This is an abundant world. Just because someone else has something, you should not be jealous or hateful towards what they have. Additionally, we all have what we called our harvest. Okay. So we plant our seed, we water it, and we put sun to it. That's what our dreams are and our goals. Okay. So let me stop for a second and then teach you. All right. We have our goals. And so it's very much like what we call our harvest. So I plant my seed, and my seed is, I want to be a millionaire, and I'm watering that seed. I'm putting flour to it. Okay. That's me doing my affirmations. That's me journaling. That's me saying it out loud. That's me working towards it. That's me watering and giving sunlight to my seed. Now, each of us have planted our seeds at different times. So we are going to get our harvest at different times. Grant Cardone, I love him to death. He's older than my dad. Okay. I just told y'all he's older than my dad. So why would I be jealous of someone that planted their seed way before I did? And he's seeing a harvest from the seed that he planted. The only thing that I get from Grant Cardone is inspiration, that if I just keep watering my seed and giving it sunlight, I am going to be just as successful. What God has created for him, God can create for me. Okay, this is the lesson that I want to give to you. And this is why Noelle does not address negativity. So let me give another good point. I have my own show. I am growing. I got properties. I got students. So yes, there are people that will make a YouTube video about me or write a comment like, she's saying the same thing such and such said. It's an abundant world. That's okay. Don't feed into the negativity. This is what I'm telling you. I don't, so you shouldn't. Don't feed into it. If you think someone is bad, pay them no attention. Don't give them more attention. If I thought someone was, a liar, I would just not listen to them. I wouldn't keep talking about them because that's not true. And another thing that you have to get, this is lesson number 7, okay? This is number 7, is what I said about not caring what people think. Okay, you cannot care what everyone thinks, and you'll see these type of lessons. Let me give you somebody that I would love to meet, and if I had a chance to talk to her, you guys see I'm in my set here. I have a place, got the sign. I'm gonna be having guests. One person I would love to talk to is Lizzo. Like, I absolutely love Lizzo's energy. I love her outlook on life. I was watching this thing that she did on HBO. And the only thing that I would ever ask her or want to talk to her about is, why did she ever read people's comments? Like, why did you even go there? Who cares? Somebody called you fat. So somebody called you skinny. People that told me I had big teeth. She ugly. She looked manly. And other people are like, she's beautiful. I love her white teeth. I love her hair. And somebody else is like, she's the stupidest person I've ever seen. Next person's like, she's the smartest people. So let me be clear. You don't care about what they're saying, whether it's good or bad. And that's the crazy part about me. Like, this is the crazy part that you need to understand about me and becoming a millionaire, like not caring what people think. You have fed yourself so much with what you think of you. You don't listen to the outside comments about you. Okay, you don't. Lizzo, obviously, and I think part of it, to be honest, is a part of her brand. You know what I mean? That's what makes her very relatable to us. And I think a lot of that, her pretending like she reads the comments and is all sad about, I really think is an act. I just don't think someone at that level of success, because I've been there and she's more successful than I am. So I know she don't really care, because there's no possible way you could really give up about what people are saying and still keep doing this. You're not gonna, it just too much goes into it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Way too much goes into creating all of this for you to really care what somebody thinks. You already know your ish is good. I already know I am saying really good things. I already know I'm a really good teacher. I already know that what I am saying works. I've done it. I've taught so many people that I'm confident. So even if someone from the outside says, I don't like it, it doesn't get in. Y'all get that? It does not get in. And so these are some of the lessons as you start to change who you're around, okay? That's some of the things that changes for you. So let's keep going. All right. What time is it? Because like I said, oh my gosh. All right. So let me take one more thing. Okay, I'm going to do this one last thing, because I have one more thing to go over. Like I said, was creating these multiple streams of income and being able to work from home. So the reason why it's so easy to become a millionaire today in 2023, and why I'm encouraging you to come to Noelle's challenge, and why I'm encouraging you to make this the year that you earn a lot of money, is because there's so much opportunity. Okay, let me be clear. There's so many opportunities that never existed for you to be able to work from home, to be able to run an entire business from your phone. Okay. And I'm not talking about, a YouTube channel and saying, oh, you can run that from your phone. Yeah, that's one, but that's actually not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a real business, like a rental car business, a hair care business, a mobile dog grooming business, owning a food truck, and someone works the food truck and I own that business and I have lots of food trucks, mobile car detailing, for example. These are all really lucrative side hustles that I know for a fact. I've looked at the numbers and I've even invested in some of these businesses. Okay. So you have more opportunity than ever before to be able to create a big income. And I'm talking about a minimum of $10,000 per month with each of these side hustles. Every single one that I named, you could easily create an income of $10,000 per month from your home. You can get the truck and buy it and do the research from the home, and you can have someone else work these businesses. Okay. So being able to work from home and run your business from your laptop and from your phone is what allows you that freedom. Okay. That freedom to travel, that freedom to make money every day without it, having to go into someone's office or go to a certain building. You want to create these businesses and have these side hustles that you turn into real business, even if it's a side hustle and you maybe don't have your license for it, that you get your license and you turn it into a multi-million-dollar business really quickly. So one of the questions that I got asked, and we'll go into real detail. Okay. I go into full detail, give you all of the contracts, give you all of the scripts, give you everything for subject to at Noelle's challenge. Okay. So somebody asked about Noelle's challenge. I'm going to go over it briefly, but if you come to Noelle's challenge and you get your ticket, less than $50. Okay. Less than $50. All right. $40 again. And you get and if you do it today, I will give you a signed autographed copy of my book. And this book has scripts in it. It has templates. It has like this flow chart to kind of show you like what it is. And it really is just a lot of the secrets of what I did when I was in my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit, to become the real estate millionaire that you see. I will give you that book absolutely free when you buy your tickets to Noelle's challenge. Okay. So the thing that I did to get this big portfolio of real estate that I really perfected was subject to. And with subject to, you are buying properties subject to the existing financing staying in place. Okay, so if I find somebody that's behind on their mortgage payment, somebody that's in foreclosure, I can easily get that mortgage caught up with a business line of credit, and that's the down payment. And then I take over the mortgage payment, but they put my name on the deed. Okay, the title to the property is in my name, and the mortgage stays in their name. I never call the bank. I don't show them my social security. I'm not showing my tax returns and my pay stubs. I let the mortgage stay in their name. I keep that same mortgage. And I've explained this. And in fact, I have an entire video, okay, where it talks about the banks are running out of money. All right. And how to get your first rental property. Okay. I'll make sure after I finish this video, I put these links below so you can watch those entire YouTube playlists, because I really go into detail. But I'm able to do this over and over again. But the key is you got to make a business entity. You need the LLC, okay, or the S Corp or the C Corp, whichever one you decide, and an EIN and a website. Really simple stuff to get this accomplished. So that is the key. And again, if you come to Noelle's challenge, all right, last time I'm going to say this, less than $50, super cheap. I'm teaching for 2 full days. I will give you all of that. And we really go into detail on these side hustles. And the main one being how to get the real estate with no money and without using your credit. Okay. All right. So I'm tired. I took so many different questions and answers, and you guys are amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. This is like a preview to my show. I'm getting all of this last live stream out of my system, because we will have a very formatted, segmented show that we're either going to be on cable television or maybe we'll be on a streaming service, but more to come. So over the next few months, I cannot wait to do a couple more live streams, and I cannot wait to see you guys at the last challenge. Go to noelleschallenge.com, April 1st, April 2nd. Get your tickets today and get my free autographed book when you get your ticket. Again, you're not paying extra. Autographed book, absolutely free, because I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need for your success. This is Noelle, to your success.